Viewers, welcome to Press Talk on Television Nigerian. I am Daniel Atai, and with me in the studio to do justice to the newspaper headlines this morning is
Ade. Good morning, Nigeria.
Ade Della. Now, Press Talk is where we give you trending topical issues on the various newspapers of the day. And we are starting with the Punch newspaper this morning. It has this, the Daily Sun newspaper, not the Punch, before we go to the Punch. And it has this big headline. It says, Northern leaders, Igbo groups, Afenifere, one-headers operations in not only. Northern leaders, Igbo groups, Afenifere, one-headers operations in not only. Ade, have you seen that rider?
Yes.
And it has a rider, two riders following it. It said Middle Belt Forum also. That means Middle Belt Forum as a North Central. It is no longer North Central. They are agitating for Middle Belt Forum. And then another rider says support Kano governor's suggestion. That is Abdullahi Ganduje.
Yes.
What Ganduje said that he wants to ban completely nomadic open grazing in Kano State. So support Kano's governor's suggestion. So, Ade, what do you make out of this story?
Well, I think the most important thing here first is I would say health is wealth. You see, wear face mask.
No, I'm talking about the...
No, I'm saying that. I just want to deviate a little to this, because I say health is wealth.
Okay.
Health is wealth.
Wear face mask.
Health is wealth.
All right, go ahead.
Without health, we cannot have Northern Afenifere coming to speak. Without health, we cannot have Igbo groups converging.
Exactly.
You see, wear face mask or risk lockdown. Presidency wants Nigerians.
Exactly.
You see, we cannot underestimate or overstate the issue of hygiene and proper managing this pandemic. In Osun State, the new strain of COVID-19 is killing people as we speak. The new strain, the B type of COVID-19.
You call it variants.
Variants is killing people in Osun State. You understand? I want to use this opportunity this new month of February. You remember last year what happened, myself and some of my colleagues, some of us who were here last year, we know what happened.
You tell the public what happened.
No,
what happened was that Television Nigerian went to see the preparedness of the National Hospital against COVID-19.
Yes.
At that time, we anticipated that, yes, Nigeria was ready for what? For COVID-19.
Yes, we anticipated that they were not ready. So we were doing a sensitization and awareness to sensitize the public.
No, to see how ready they were.
How ready they were.
And when you guys went to the National Hospital, you were arrested.
So we were arrested. And then
what was the allegation?
The allegation was no proper clearance to do such, and that was spreading false rumors that there's COVID-19 in the country where there is none. Now COVID-19 has come.
And even at that time, before less than a month or two...
2 weeks after that time, we had the index case.
Okay. So wear face mask.
Please wear face mask.
Nigerians.
This is very important. Wear face mask. And maintain social distancing, and at least...
No, we should ask Nigerians, between wearing face masks and simple hygiene against COVID-19 and lockdown, which one do you prefer? Just simple obedience.
No, it's just...
If you are boarding a vehicle or plane or anything or train, just follow the normal protocol, the new regulations that the federal government have asked you to do. Just follow the normal protocol, the normal regulations, and that is what will make the FG not to pronounce lockdown. Could you afford to be locked down in this economic situation right now?
No, we cannot afford to be locked down.
You are locked down, you are restricted from moving to anywhere. You stay in your home, you might not even have food to eat, you can't go to work, to do anything, not even maniac job for you to have money to cater for your family. You know, some of you are family of 6, 5, 7, 8.
Stage of...
How do you take care of your family if it is locked down? Of course, you know the issue of palliative. It might even not get to you. So why not just protect yourself by putting on the face mask as you step outside your room? And even if you are in the house and you accommodate maybe more than 2 persons, more than yourself, you introduce the simple hygiene. It's proper. I think it is not difficult to follow these protocols, these regulations. Nigerians, we should not allow the FG to lock us down again. Me, I'm not ready for any lockdown.
In the market, in the office places, these things should be
taken care of.
The taxes. And what the situation I noticed, this issue of crowding people in vehicles when you go out, face mask or no face mask, this social distancing definitely will affect the economy.
Yeah. And still on the Daily Sun, like we said, the northern leaders, Igbo groups, Afenifere, want headers operations in the north only. So you can react to that if you want to.
Let me give you my candid opinion about this. The Afenifere headers operation in the north only. That is like saying that you should only restrain oil use to the east, and oil operations to the east. Something that benefits the whole country, that benefits the whole of Africa, that supposedly should benefit the whole world.
You mean by grazing?
Not only grazing, operations, headers operation. Now, do you know what that means eventually?
It is the operations that they mean here is the open grazing.
Open grazing
and the ranching, trespassing.
Their operation should only be...
No. Do they talk about the ranches?
Writer's operation. Part of writer's operation is ranching.
Okay. No, everybody, all states governors should imbibe, the habit of ranching, because we discovered that it is not only northerners that have cattle.
Afenifere wants headers operation in north only.
I think it is this open grazing that they are referring to, these trespasses across farmland. Of course, it is not nice for people to carry cattle and prowl the street or trespass farmland, and so it is not normal. It is not even ideal in the society that we are now. This is 21st century. For crying out loud, this is 21st century. If you cannot afford to ranch, and the government has not provided that ranching pilot ranches, then please do it within your jurisdiction. Don't trespass to people's land. Don't spoil other people's business and create tensions. Look at now, because of headers prowling up and down, trespassing, the whole country is intense. People are not looking at the good works that President Muhammadu Buhari, the infrastructural development that he has enacted, implemented, the good roads, the third mainland bridge, the second Niger bridge.
Are you saying
and so
that
on.
this,
All the people are not seeing those?
This is a distraction. Is that what you're
It's
saying?
a distraction. To me, it looks to me, of course, you see Al Hassan.
This is a serious problem that the country is facing.
It's a serious problem, but it has diminished the effort, the good effort, infrastructural development that the man has implemented.
Who uses the infrastructure?
You understand?
When there's no, do you
and
know?
That is why I'm saying that the headers should do what? They should stop denting the image of the administration. They should stop, spoiling the good works that even the oppositions who are crying foul every now and then have not even done during their time. You have seen what the president have done so far.
We all know that the president is working.
So, but who is talking about what his achievement now?
This is also...
Everybody is talking about headers clashes. Even the Mietiala are blaming the president for not helping them too.
The headers are clashing with who? Farmers. This is going to create a very serious problem.
Should they clash with farmers?
They don't have to clash.
That's what I'm saying.
But now they are clashing. So it became a very serious problem.
Yes, why? Because
it's overshadowing whatever it is that the president is doing.
Yes, and we are saying the same thing here.
So it should be taken care of. You cannot. Yes, you
that is what I'm saying.
You cannot undermine it.
That,
you cannot say that.
No, you said you said that the operations cannot stop, and I said the operation that they mean here is the open grazing and the trespasses.
No, but this news is not a distraction.
No, there is nobody, there is no governor that will say he wouldn't prefer ranches across the state.
Middle Belt Forum also support that. They also support. Now, which states make up the Middle Belt? This is going to create a lot of commotion.
Look at it. They say headers. Yeah. Who are the headers? How do you head?
The headers are whoever they are. They control cows.
So everybody. If these northern herders, who are predominantly herders that trespasses into people's farmlands,
herders control
and even carry AK-47,
whatever they can,
and even hire machineries from abroad to come and terrorize people.
That is why they have become a more worse than the pandemic we have.
And so, are they not denting and diminishing the image of the president and the administration of the APC?
Well.
So it should be tackled. If they want to operate, let them operate within their jurisdiction and within ranching.
Headers have been operating since.
It is wrong in the modern day IT world now. It is wrong for you to begin to carry cows, proud the street.
It is.
Are the road meant for cow?
No, aside from that, you see, fly. They go side by side with
so please,
and we know what fly.
I think this, even if you look at the production, animal production in the country, despite all this noise, killings, terrorism from herders, what are they producing? What are we exporting from animal production? What is the amount of GDP is bringing? I mean, a GDI. Bringing the gross domestic income.
Nobody has checked that, but
no. Even if you have checked, among the first 50 countries where animal production reigns, where people get dairy milks, get meat, get proteins, get all whatever you have from animal skin, Nigeria is not even among the first 50. Yet we are hearing noises over herders clashes here and there. It is wrong. These people that have this production at the highest peak, they ranch their cattle.
That is why initially we said orientation is very important for every occupation that one is engaged. And
when people adamantly and defiantly refuse to listen, what do? You force them. How do you force them? You bring out governmental schemes and laws. You make laws. Ranching law is going on. Most of the states have taken charge of their state. Benue began it, and then other states should follow suit. Let the law be implemented to the letter. It is wrong, even if it is your fowl or goat. You should keep your fowl in your in your house. Keep your goat in your ranch. No animal should prowl the road, the street.
What if a situation where you have like 4,000?
Do we allow dogs to prowl the street like that?
Yeah, dogs prowl the street.
No, what I mean, people that keep dogs at home.
You mean like foreign dogs?
Will you go and carry any?
I don't also see foreign cows move around.
Yeah, there are hybrids.
Hybrid cows. You let them be roaming around.
You can't let those ones roam around. You have to ranch them, please, so that this thing will not cause problem in the country or cause, it's already causing serious problem.
Let's move on.
And Lagos threatens lockdown, threatens action against event centers, order for COVID-19 protocol, order of COVID-19 protocol violators. So bans gathering of more than 50 people in what?
Enclosed place.
In enclosed place. Anyway, that is the Punch. That is the daily song for you. Give us the headlines of the Punch.
The Punch here we have expert nurses. Well, the big headline there we have state fail to make vaccine plans. FG blames politics for delay. Well,
and the rider,
it's the responsibility of FG to provide vaccine for states,
says Kano. And then politics and logistics due to no fault of Nigeria causing delay. FG. MTN donates 25 million for 7 million doses for Nigeria and other. Thank you, MTN. But you see,
7 million doses of what?
Doses, that is for vaccine now. We are talking about vaccine here. state fails to make vaccine plans. FG
where's
blames politics for delay. Now, FG released 10 billion.
Yes, for local production
of vaccine.
Yes.
Some of us say we will not take any foreign vaccine except
it's locally produced.
It's locally produced
and
approved by our
tested
NAFDAC.
By NAFDAC, yes.
Any kind of manufacturing they want to do, let it be local. Let it not be foreign. And then FG released 10 billion. And the Senate, the National Assembly, particularly the Senate, said what?
They put a question mark on that. They said the money should have passed.
That the money should pass through them. Is that not politics that FG is talking about?
That's politics.
That they must not go ahead spending that money. Why? Because they want kickback per se. And
no. Hold on.
I know for whatever reason they want to give. The National Assembly, they are used to once it is budget, once it is money released to anything, they want to first of all.
The only thing is that there is an emergency.
Put the cart before the horse instead of the horse before the cart.
The Senate should not have come to say, because this is an emergency situation.
An emergency situation.
So they should not have.
They want the protocol. Meanwhile, the same National Assembly wanted to pass a law that everybody must be vaccinated. If they have not passed that law, everybody must be vaccinated with foreign vaccine. Vaccine that they do not produce in their own country. Vaccine that, despite the whole Institute of Virology, the NMA president, Professor Innocent Uja, and his predecessors and the rest have contacted to come on the program so that we'll talk about why Nigeria has not produced locally made vaccines.
Why are we so unprepared?
Are we so unprepared, or we believe that anything local is not good, is bad? Everything must be foreign. And you don't run government like that. But any government that is a dependent government, that government cannot progress, and there will be no what? Innovations in the country.
Don't you also say that this is because it's a foreign...
So FG is right by saying, and who is this FG talking? I'm talking about, perhaps this FG that is talking here is the executive arm of government. So the politics, which is a clause here, stopping our own vaccine production, is the National Assembly, the legislative arm of government.
Is there a way they can speed these things up and just do it? Because it's like bureaucracy, it must happen.
It is bureaucracy. And sometimes unduly bureaucracy, like Julius Caesar says, that politics have never actually get anything done. It's a democracy. No, not Julius Caesar. Andrew de Gallaume, the French, dictator, said he believed in military action. Because once you order, it is done and implemented.
But we are not
speedily.
under military regime. Are you giving a plus?
I'm not giving a plus, because democracy delays situations of innovations and invention because of unnecessary protocols.
Talking of these delays, this is
in an emergency situation of pandemic. Then somebody wants to be reckoned with.
To be reckoned. No, it's not a group of people. It's a group of people, not only one person. Because
a government arm.
Now, which state is going to produce this vaccine now? Where is it going to be produced? Who are the people that are going to produce it?
My brother, let me ask you a question. The kind of institutions, our health institution, is categorized into 3 segments, isn't it? The primary, the secondary, and the tertiary institution, health institutions. Do we have those things across the state? Yes. You have the primary health care, you have the general hospitals at the secondary level, then you have university teaching hospitals at least, and national hospital, and you have other institutes of virology and this, that, many that wallop the federal government budget on health every year, even though the budget on health is low, just like education. So we must put these things as priorities. If not, we will continue to fly abroad, depend on Bill Gates or WHO for anything. And whoever controls you, whoever feeds you, controls you.
But is it a bad thing to fly abroad?
It is not a bad thing to fly abroad. But as a sovereign nation and as an entity, as a sovereign nation, come on, Ghana, look at South Africa. Even very soon, Niger might take over. Rwanda, they have gone ahead doing research. Madagascar, before now, Madagascar have found their own solution, even though WHO stigmatized that solution to COVID-19. So, international bureaucracy and national bureaucracy protocols could hamper productivity and innovations in third world countries, developing nations. We must wise up. The president must be willing to be dependent. The National Assembly must be willing that, yes, we are sovereignty, we are sovereign nation, and we must be dependent, we must produce. Is it magical? Is it rocket science?
Let's review.
Is it rocket science? Are they not Nigerians abroad doing us proud?
Some of them are no longer Nigerians. They are nationalized.
And because the system systems like this of bureaucracy and protocol do not allow them to flow with their talents and God-given potential.
But it is not only this bureaucracy that is a problem. They also have other challenges. There's an economic factor.
Is there not a system?
Climatic factor.
That is a system. They were born here. Most of them were born here. They schooled here before they flew abroad.
There are so many things.
For job. But they are doing perfectly better abroad. Even Europe and America reckon with Nigerian doctors.
Is that we cannot totally say that
the
government of the day is at fault. A lot of government.
The government have blamed it on politics. And who is playing the politics? The government should come out and tell us straight who are those playing the politics. Go get the Punch newspaper and read.
These things have been there for several years. The government has been facing these challenges for several years. So it's not to say that Buhari's government is to be blamed. No. Let's move on quickly.
You can see the differences between agreeing on lockdown. Expert nurses differ as presidency warns of fresh lockdown. We have read from the Daily Sun before. The Punch is also carrying the headline that if you don't follow the COVID-19 protocols, the government might lock down. And let me tell you, this lockdown is imminent. You know why? Because they are trying to throw the blame on us now. They are trying to throw the blame on us now. And after this lockdown, they will force everybody to be vaccinated. Just like the FG have released, and you'll be vaccinated whether you like it or not.
Okay, quickly, look at work with Niger, Chad, Cameroon, Zulum tells service chief. Lagos creates special squad to tackle Apapa gridlock. NPF driver arrested in Osun with Lagos stolen car. Oyo kicks as Lanlehin knocks Makinde over Ibarapa.
And still on that, you see Buhari fails to summon police at the top of the heading. I think on page what?
That's page 8. Buhari fails to summon police council meeting. IG tenure ends today.
That is the Inspector General of Police tenure. I think he has served up to the required constitutional timeline.
Okay, 49.68 billion naira spent on pipeline repairs in 10 months. NNPC.
49.68 billion naira spent on pipeline repairs in 10 months. Can you see where how the economy is being
the other times when this news coming out that those boys were destroyed, they're vandalizing the pipelines. Is it not money? When those things were happening, I was shouting. Everybody was shouting. Is money, the money to use to repair those things is like building new ones. When a pipeline is vandalized, you have to remove it. It's different from you have to remove it totally. You know how pipelines are that come.
Well, the president is the minister of petroleum.
This money could be accounted for. I'm telling you, because those things were vandalized.
Of course, vandalism.
They were vandalized.
At this time again, we should be talking on how the refineries we have should be working and productive here. We still refine abroad. I hope you know that.
Yes, we do.
We refine abroad.
That's why we're praying for the Dangote to speedily finish.
Everything we do in this country we
about
have to,
fuel. It's imported.
It's even importation. We import virtually everything.
We export crude
so,
oil and import
and we
petrol.
expect the economy. No matter how you try, if your gross domestic products are refined abroad, there is that tendency that you pay taxes abroad, you pay demurrages abroad, where you are keeping those barrels.
Tank farms.
You will pay for the sea. You will pay for the movement. You are even giving their people jobs, and then Nigerians will become jobless. So I believe that any government, any administration that will come after Buhari, if President Buhari did not get this thing done, though the effort of Dangote in collaboration with the FG is a plus. But if the main refineries that we have, that of Kaduna, Port Harcourt, MLA in, is it Cross River State? Yes, Cross River State. If we do not get the refineries working in the country before 2023, just forget it. Successive government or administration that may come may not even look into that area, because we know how expertise the government, the president, has been in the petroleum sector. During Abacha time,
what will even cost
he was in charge of
the refinery?
What does it cost? It is political will.
Or is it until we have another?
My brother, it is international gimmicks for the oil to remain like that, the refineries to remain like that, so that we will not refine here, and then they will be collecting
countries that don't even have crude oil. They have refineries.
They have Venezuela. They have refineries. They have crude oil. They have
Nigerians. This is so countries that don't have crude oil have refineries. What are they doing with refineries?
Because
they have the raw material.
What does it take to be willing? Because the domestic product we have, that we could say we have as a country, apart from this diversification scheme of Mr. President into agriculture, the only thing we have is oil. All other 23 non-mineral resources and endowments have not even been tapped because of oil. We could even be richer than the world indeed, because we have coal, we have limestone, in excess we have gold in Zamfara, and you see this Taraba and Nasarawa state.
We have all.
Taraba and Nasarawa state, history have been a report, an investigation has it that from the 24 or 23 non-mineral resources, only these two states have about 19 of them deposited in the ground. That we, the Nigerian, the African giant,
we have
not, and probably we have not excavated or begin to explore these mineral resources because of international bureaucracy. If a Chinese man now...
There's an international law that says that you cannot mine what is in your...
Subjecting you to the dollars, subjecting you to the pounds, bribery and corruption in high places, bureaucracy in the Ministry of Mines and what do you call it, mine and mineral resources.
So you wanted to say something about the Chinese man. The Chinese man...
If a Chinese man comes now, or a European comes, or an American comes, so long as with a white skin, and he comes to give a contractual proposal to the FG that he wants to mine gold in Zamfara, or he wants to mine tin.
You mean they will give an approval?
Approval straight.
I don't think so.
Approval straight.
I don't think so.
No, but for the government.
No.
Okay, for how long?
We have gone past.
Since 1960, we got our independence. Which other mineral resources deposited apart from oil that we're excavating and, exploring in large scale like the oil? We rich, yet very poor. Because of what? We do not have the political will to doing those things. And these things are in the exclusive right of the what? Executive arm of government. Let's go ahead. The police IGP story. The police IGP story is there. Today marks the end of his tenure in office. We don't know whether Mr. President will remove him or still ask him to continue a while. But if he's not even going to be removed, we want the police extortions on roadblocks to stop. To stop. The extortion should stop completely. It is wrong. You cannot be contented with what? With corruption, that glaring. So it makes people disrespect the Nigerian police without honor. When we have super cops like the Abakari of this world and so on doing us proud.
Can one super cop
yeah, but
do
one
the
super
job?
Cannot do the job.
A super cop.
But if the IGP is willing, the whole 36 state police commissioners will be willing. It's just an order. It's just an order. Because we have monitoring teams, we have evaluation team among them. So we should just try to do the right thing. We must not depend. And who suffers it? It is the poor masses. It is the poor masses that apply the roads now, despite the bad road situation.
Where do the elites?
The elites, they fly the plane. They fly through air.
Fly plane.
Even if they fly through the road.
Like me
and you see the police people stopping? They can't stop me. I always make trouble with them. If I'm in a vehicle, you stop that vehicle. I'll challenge you. Why are you collecting the money?
Not all of us.
Shoot me if you want to shoot me.
Not all of us, the elites.
Collecting money. If there is an overload, instead of collecting the money, stop the driver, offload the vehicle, let him go twice. Then he will learn not to carry overload again.
What of the people that they have dropped?
It doesn't matter. They accepted that corruption. See, if we want, you forgot that the first tenure of the military administration of President Buhari,
yes.
Have you forgotten the war against indiscipline?
Why? Yes.
So why can't he do it now?
He's doing it, oh.
He's not doing that. He should do the war against indiscipline. The indisciplined cops should be highly disciplined. You are being paid your salary. Now they are even recruiting some soldiers on the roads. Soldiers are beginning to learn that habit.
No,
when others are fighting terrorists there. So this thing should stop.
You remember
it should stop.
Some few years
we should
back,
be patriotic.
Some few years back, we
should be patriotic in this nation.
We had boys that were sagging their trousers and going around with funny hairstyles.
Let's check.
We no longer see those things.
Let's go to the Nation newspaper.
Nation.
Ganduje ban open grazing to end farmers' headers feud. I think this is good. Ganduje himself. This is good in Kano. That is the big headline. We've talked about it in all the papers. Zenith is Nigeria's most valuable banking brand. That is the top headline too. Page what are they? I can't see that.
That's on page 3.
Page 3.
It's on page 8.
Page 8, have we?
Yes.
Okay.
Of the Nation newspaper. Zenith is Nigeria's most valuable banking brand. Congrats. Kudos to Zenith Bank. Nigerian equity rally 1.13 trillion gain.
Wow.
That's
for the shareholders and brokers.
Yes, brokers. Uncertainty as IGP Adamu retires today.
Uncertainty as IGP Adamu retires today. So it's still uncertainty. Whether it's not certain whether the president will remove him, like he has done to the service chiefs, though he elongated the service chief's tenure, whether he will do same to the IGP, we don't know. But whatever that is going to do, if the IGP must stay, the Police Reform Act must be implemented quickly.
On the left side here, we have a COVID-19 situation. On 1 in 5 tested Lagosians virus positive. NCDC South accounts for 60% death.
I saw one red headline there. Rider. And more on page what?
And more on page 9.
Labour pushes for 40% reduction in electricity tariff. This is another problem again. They are looking for reduction in tariff when the electricity saga has never been quelled. Foreign portfolio investments dropped to 4-year low at 729.2 billion. Well, on the electricity problem, I think the federal government signed a pact with Siemens last year. We don't know when Siemens will kickstart, whether they've kickstarted the power plants, the generating plant, and the distribution plant. But we want to see a situation where this electricity quagmire, the federal government is also distributing free. Have you gotten your free meter? The metering scheme that the federal government is doing now. Probably corruption too have hijacked that one. That free meter that the federal government promised giving households, I think it has to be done to the latter. We are begging whoever is in charge, the electricity distribution companies that are in charge. We are aware that the FG said certain states, starting phase by phase, that certain states should have free meters so that they can only come and collect the bills. But if people don't get meter, the flat rate that is normally being charged poor and households could continue, and that is where the corruption comes in. And that is where the government might not generate any income from electricity.
No, the government will
production.
generate income. People pay for what they don't use.
They pay for what they don't use. That is oppressing the masses.
If let's imagine you pay 1,000 for a month, and you get light for only 5 days.
5 days, just say like 5 hours.
And in that 5 days, it's not full day.
In the rural area.
Yes, for months. They don't have months. I'm talking about the city.
In a week, they'll just give you 1 hour.
For this 40% reduction that Labour is suggesting is a very nice one.
Okay.
You see, people cannot continue to pay such money for light that is not available.
For light that is not available.
Free meter that you spoke about, definitely the free meter will not get to anybody. Because once you give them a free meter, they only put lights when they want to on it. The people that are there, the PHC or whatever, Siemens, they won't do that. It is only a strict-minded government that wants the betterment of the people that will do such.
Well, all we want is that, just like
it's not no matter of coming to say that they have approved. Implementation is what we are looking for. If we are looking for the things that have been approved with mouth on paper in this country should be a paradise.
If we want the country to be good, to be productive, all our domestic products should be what? Refined here. Fine. Isn't it?
Yes.
The issue of power should be holistically addressed. Could you imagine that we've had how many heads of states and democratic presidents?
And all the rigmarole around the state.
No one of them has been able
to succeed to put
just a simple infrastructure like electricity
and
social amenities.
Yes.
Not even one of the president pass and the head of state from Gowon down to President Buhari have been able to succeed over electricity problem for Nigerians. Is this a country then? And if Buhari said he will finish the issue of electricity by signing a pact with Siemens, Nigerians are anticipating this pact to come to pass. We cannot continue like this, for crying out loud, for 60 good years. Simple basic amenity like electricity. No government have been able to undo it. The quagmire in it. That tells you that the bottleneck, the bureaucratic bottleneck, is beyond Nigerians.
It's beyond Nigeria.
It's beyond the FG.
It's beyond the FG.
Yes.
There's nothing
that is a dependent scheme.
There's not
orchestrated. Okay, why should any government come and sign pact and say, if I leave seat? Jonathan said he could not revoke the pact Obasanjo and Yar'Adua signed with power production.
Is it not this kind of pact they are going to sign with Siemens again?
No. The Siemens pact is quite different. I brought it here now. We treated it on spectacle.
But when another president comes now, he won't build on that
It has to be. That is why we are begging President Buhari.
People have done pact.
No government have been able to give Nigerians absolute water. No government have been able to give Nigerians electricity. No government have been able to give Nigerians good roads. No government have been able to achieve common basic. I feel like running away from the country.
Did we not do pact with Julius Berger?
So maybe if the country is too large to be governed,
let it what?
Let state take control of their amenities.
No.
Take control of their jurisdiction. And because look, for development to thrive,
countries have used,
why people look? I like enjoyment.
Everybody likes enjoyment.
And I like social, infrastructural, and amenities that I will enjoy as a citizen. And if you plight the roads that you are plighting in this country now, how do you feel driving through the Nigerian roads and being extorted again by the Nigerian police, being extorted by the Nigerian Road Safety Commission, being extorted by VIO and everybody? In fact, VIO don't even extort. They are doing their job perfectly, I must say. But other security operatives on the road, the bad road situation, even it is at the bad portion that road safety and police will stand and extort you.
Coming to talk of extortion.
Then you come to electricity, you go to your house, you have to own your plant. You go to buy fuel, you pay high. Then when you buy the fuel, you come home, you are watching your program or whatever you are doing, you are barbing hair, you are doing whatever self-employment that you have as empowered by yourself. You can't still enjoy it. And they come, this local government come, collect tax from you for your shop, collect this. So the direct and the indirect taxes, what are they being used for?
Some people have come out to say that to survive in this country is actually a job on its own.
Well, let's read some of the reactions from the Facebook pages quickly. Some of the reactions from the Facebook pages. We have Muyiwa James Pupola. Muyiwa James Pupola said, if you said they should open ranching in every state, definitely we need also piggery ranching throughout federation.
and poultry.
Ranching is ranching. You can not only cows that you ranch.
Well, that's a statement
it's
of
animal farm. Paul Ahmed say nice. Peggy Shandi say Chinese are silently penetrating Africa because of their technological driven. Because Chinese are technological driven. That is what he means. So they are coming to colonize. They will see colonize again. They will colonize us again, you will see. I think Professor Patrice Lumumba said it, that Europe have done their own, colonize Africa. America have colonized us. What do you call them? Asia now, they are coming. The Chinese, they will soon colonize us. And bet you it will happen. Economically, they will colonize us. Is there anything that the Chinese man does not produce in his country? He produces virtually everything. And having that kind of population, they will want to migrate here and then capitalize, because this is like a fallow ground for anything that you want.
Empty land.
Just followed.
Virgin land
endowed
everywhere.
Everything. Then you have political shenanigans.
And
just moving up and down, making laws. They have made thousands of laws without affecting the livelihood of the people.
Yes.
How could you make laws that is ineffective?
Just mouth and paper.
And you collect billions monthly. How could you make ineffective laws? How could you be an executive commander-in-chief and then you don't command your economy? Somebody else in London, somebody else in US, somebody else in Asia, in China.
An ordinary
man with the same brain is controlling your economy. And then you said you are a politician. We must begin to see governance above politics now. Peggy also said police extortion is abysmally criminal in itself and nobody arrests them. Nobody arrests them. Police are very excited arresting criminals when they themselves are criminals on the highways, extortion ways, highway extortions. What has the IGP police done? IGP of police done? And his leadership done? Absolutely nothing. You can't even stop the extortion. Benue is worst in police roadblock and extortion. Well,
when you say you talk of Benue, when you go to other states, you go to, you know what is happening there.
I said, you see, in Benue, you will see this other, what do you call it? Producers, those people that put logs on the road. They and the policemen are fighting for who owns the road, who have to put what here, the logs here, and to share, to extort motorists. And that keep going. Last week we heard that from Boko to Alede, the police are throwing away all the produce logs from the road, banning roadblocks. Police is banning roadblocks from banning roadblocks by producers.
Yes, they have. The
police are not banning roadblocks
from themselves. Now the producers have discovered that roadblocks is a good business.
Yeah, and then the armed robbers are using capitalize.
The roads. Yes,
armed robbers attacked us several times. We even saw the police checkpoint.
Yes, and then by the time you come,
it is not police. They're even flashing your light like this. You think it's police.
Yes.
You stop because we are used to roadblocks. Roadblocks.
So, what is the proper idea of roadblocks?
Well, because we don't have technology for crime.
Because if we have such roadblocks on your maps as you are traveling,
we have to quit the. We have exhausted our time.
No, there's a story I want us to look into quickly in this day. The major headline of this day.
Okay. Just the headline, and we call it a day.
Yes. Stop harassing my government. Buhari urges Nigerian elites.
Yes.
You know, we spoke about that just now.
Yeah, we spoke about it.
There are so many things that President Muhammadu Buhari is doing that is not coming to the public. The elites have found a way to overshadow it, to cover it,
and there is
bring out issues that are not. They are minute. They are very irrelevant. I won't say they are irrelevant. They use it and they put these things in the public face, and the public found a way to point to the president as a bad person.
The presidential media aides, I think the media aides they need to step up. Garba Shehu came out yesterday, on the 28th, and said a lot of things. Counter Transparency International, I love it. That is what we'll treat today. That is how to be pragmatic. He brought out some points. Ngalari Ajuri is one fantastic guy. One fantastic guy that should even be the spokesman of Mr. President. The guy has these things upstairs. Facts and figures. What the president has done. That because of marauding headsmen and bandits, nobody is talking about those developments that the president has actually done. But whatever the president has done, if he has not quelled the issue of one, insecurity, and at least part of social infrastructure and amenities, like we just discussed,
but the president,
power.
He has done a lot.
He has done a lot.
Investment plan and all of those.
The social investment plan should be channeled to what we call social security. Now the vice president has brought another scheme, said 20 million social security scheme within 2 years. And within 5 years, within 10 years, they would have taken 100 million Nigerians from poverty. Now, this social security scheme that they form now, it is still monetary. Social security that will affect the livelihood of citizens as it is done abroad, that we have seen in Europe and America. Once you are 18, you become eligible citizen, isn't it? Once you are eligible citizen.
Some countries, as you are born.
some countries as you are born, even from childhood. And that is why most Africans want to go and give birth in Europe and America.
As you are born, you are entitled
to some certain social security. Now, from
government
birth,
entirely leave you to your parents.
To your parents.
No.
And once you graduate from secondary school, there should be scheme of employment at your local council, county, your local government, temporarily, pending when you further your
what
school.
We have now, how many years will you think it will?
The billions we are putting in social investment.
From where we are now, at
though
this point.
Empower has tried for many graduates, these same graduates, are they not blasting the president now because of politics of animosity and acrimony? Am I receiving any money from Mr. President, from the federal government? No.
Maybe indirectly.
Indirectly, but I work for the money I earn. I'm working and under a private sector. But we're talking about citizenship. I and you were here setting agenda. Anyway, let's call it, we have exhausted the time. Social security is imminent now. It's imminent. It has to happen. It has to happen quickly.
The federal government,
the youth of the country, they are sitting on a keg of gunpowder.
As we have always
done. And very, very soon, you see this National Assembly, you see these reps and senators and whatever, politicians, governors, very, very soon Nigerians will be tearing their clothes on the street. If nothing is right. I'm not inciting. This is what, see, the hungry man is an angry man, and an angry man, you know.
They have to do their work. They have to converge.
We have data already. I think NIMSI have started. We have BVN. They can begin from there.
Our time has
National Bureau of Statistics can harmonize with NIMSI and begin proper social security for citizens in order to better the livelihood of citizens. I think this is where we will stop on Press Talk this morning. Drop your comments on the platform you are watching us from. Share and like, subscribe our YouTube links, share and like, and follow us always. Tomorrow is another day to meet again. I have been Dan Atai, and he is
Ade
Dela.
Happy New Month, Nigerians.
And thanks for watching.
Thank you.